Hey, what's up everybody? It's Blue Collar Nobody again. I want to give you some more advice, this time about credit cards and how to make them work for you and not you work for them. Let somebody else pay the interest and all the stupid high fees. When I look at credit cards, the only thing I worry about is how much money the rewards points are going to be at the end of every month, not what the interest rate is, because I don't intend on paying it ever. The way this works pretty much is you use your credit card like you use a bank card. Only difference is you pay it off at the end of every month. I don't even own a bank card. I refuse to have one. Why? Why am I going to pay you to access my money? The bank is making money off my money because they're investing it in whatever they feel like investing it in, making interest on that. Plus they're going to charge me a stupid fee, $1, $2, $3, whatever the hell it might be. Not going to happen. That's stupid. Instead, I'm going to use my credit card like a bank card, but I'm not going to pay for anything that I don't intend on buying that I don't have the money for. For instance, I just went to Target, spent $20, bought razors, some yogurt, hard-boiled eggs, whatever. Okay, all fine and well. As soon as it clears my account in a few days, considering it's a holiday, it might take till Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to take money out of my bank and I'm going to pay that fee off. That's going to give me 20 cents. The last video, I talked about $5,000 I just dumped into my Honda for a transmission. You could best believe I put that on my American Express card. And as soon as it cleared, I paid it off. That gave me $50 in cashback bonus rewards. That's $50 for free that I had to do nothing to earn. That's free money that I don't have to pay taxes on either. Excuse me. That's how you let credit cards work for you. You know what they're going to do? They're going to entice you. American Express already tried last year, excuse me again, I apologize for that, to give me that nice metal platinum card. You know what else that nice metal platinum card had? A nice big fee of $600 a year. Nah, sorry, I'm not going to do that. I'm making way more than that every year on my American Express bonus rewards. Why am I going to sacrifice that? For what? Again, there's pride. Look at me and my shiny platinum card, pulling it out everywhere I go, every time I need to buy something, saying, yeah, I got it like that. You know what that's costing me to say I got it like that? $600 a year. That's a lot of money for something shiny and useless that something plastic and not so shiny can do the same job for. Kind of stupid if you ask me. You know what else it's doing though? It's allowing American Express to see that I'm responsible with my money, and it's also allowing them to give me a higher credit rating. My credit score is very high, and I could more or less buy a brand new car on my credit card if I wanted to go into any normal Honda dealership. But I'm not going to do that. That's just plain reckless and stupid. But you get my point. Typically, you want to keep your credit card balance between 10% and 30%. Don't go over that. Ever. Meaning every month. Pay it off still, but don't go over 30% and try to keep it under 10. That's what looks good on the credit report. If you do that consistently and you pay it off at the end of every month, you will build credit very, very quickly. And by all means necessary, do not ever go late on any of your bills. That includes anything: mortgage, credit card, car payment if you have one, anything. Because that will not look good, and it will take years to recoup that on your credit score. And it will hurt you if you ever have to go get a personal loan, because they will look at that on your credit report, and the percentage of interest will cost you. It will easily jump you about 5% if they see that you've missed a credit card payment, depending on debt to income ratio. And that's the other thing that we'll get into. Debt to income ratio more or less says how much money do I have and how much debt do I have. Let's say you're making $50,000 a year. Well, that's not good if you have $30,000 in debt out there. The bank's going to look at that as high risk and say, okay, we're not going to give you this credit card because you're almost maxed out. Typically, you want to stay 30%. So if you're making, let's say, ballpark figure, $100,000 a year to make it easy, nice big round number, you shouldn't have any more than $30,000 a year in debt. That's what looks safe. That says that I can pay for my car, I can pay for my house, I can pay for electric, whatever the hell else might come out of my debt at the end of each month. Any more than that, the bank starts to get a little nervous, for lack of better words. But if you max that out way too much, they're going to say no bueno. Sorry, can't do that. They're not going to give you more credit and more debt on top of whatever you have if you cannot pay off what's already there. Even if you're making those payments, they know what that line is. They know how far they can push you, so to the point where you can't make payments anymore. And like that old saying goes, you can't get blood out of a stone. If people cannot pay you, it doesn't matter how high of an interest rate you give them, you're not going to make any money, principal or interest. Principal being the balance that you owe on the loan, not the interest itself that incurs at the end of each month for you borrowing the original principal amount. And one of the things too you have to look at, I mean, is what's the market doing right now? All right, I mean, we're just starting to rebound in the economy. Now, I hold no political allegiance either way. Trump, Biden, that doesn't make any sense. They're all puppets and idiots. I don't care about them. Whatever your allegiance might be, that's fine. I have no problem with that. This isn't a political channel. This is about money and success. This is about what you should do for yourself and how to come out on top. That's it. I'm not for your Trump or your MAGA or your Kamala or your DEI or any of that crap. I'm simply for making money and being able to feed yourself and your family and living high on the hog. That's it. What's going on right now pretty much is the interest rates are just starting to come back down. And the way it's working is pretty much, yeah, they're going to come back down. Jobs are going to be created again and things are going to start going good. That's great. That's awesome. The economy is going to rebuild. Take advantage of it. I made money under Obama. I made money under Biden. I made money under Trump. I don't care. The politicians are just puppets. That's all they are. They're not that. They're there to make you think like you have a choice. If you play by their rules, you have no choice. If you play by your rules, you have all the choice in the world. Okay? Don't listen to them. They're idiots. The last person you should be listening to is somebody that was given everything. They're sitting in an office with a suit claiming they're your friend and they're out to help you. Trust me, they're not here to help you. They're to hurt you. Whether it's Trump or Kamala, they're in it for themselves. It just is what it is. You look at history and power corrupts. It's going to be that way. It's going to remain that way, and it's never going to change. If you want success in this world, you have to go out and take your slice of it. These big banks and institutions, they're going to make you think, oh yeah, they're your friend. They're not your friend. They're there to make money off you. They're there to milk it. That's all they're going to do. And the more income and more debt you incur, the more interest you're going to owe them. And guess what? At the end of the day, that's not good. The only debt you should be taking out in anything, good debt, is if you're starting a business. Let's say you don't want to risk your own money. Let's say you want to go out and spend, 10 grand on a decent lawnmower and a trailer. Okay, that's great. You're going to start your own landscaping business. Have a nice day. That's awesome. You already got a truck. You just need the trailer and the mower. That's good. Okay. So now you form an LLC, a limited liability corporation. What that allows you to do is that allows you to put money into a bank account every month or every day or every week or whatever time you go to the bank. And then you can make tax write-offs on your equipment, on your money you make, employees you might hire, expenses you might incur through the business. That's awesome. Excuse me again, I'm very sorry. I apologize about that. But that's a good thing because now you've incurred debt. You're spending the bank's money on this investment, not your money. That's an awesome thing. That's called good debt. At the end of the day, you can pay that debt off. That's all fine and well. But you didn't have to dip into your own money in order to put the investment out for that business, to buy that trailer, that mower, etc., etc. Now, over time, you can pay that debt off. And then you can write off the interest through taxes. So at the end of the day, you're borrowing their money for free because Uncle Sam's going to pay you that money back because you're using it to put a business up. You're not just going out to Macy's and spending $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on whatever the hell you want. Anyway, I'm kind of ranting here at this point. But that was all I was going to say. Again, I wish you nothing but success. It is possible through everybody. I don't care if you're in the hood or if you live in Beverly Hills. Everybody is capable of success, one way or the other. On a quick note, I know you're kind of saying, oh, even the person in the wheelchair that can't think or speak? Yes, I am saying that. Case in point, me and my wife and my kids went to a nice little place not too long ago that caters to little kids, a little theme park about where I live. And there was a girl, and I don't know what her disabilities were. I'm not a doctor, but she couldn't talk, couldn't move. She was in one of them little motorized wheelchairs, and she was going around the park. She was an employee of the park, taking photographs of everybody or asking them if you want to buy a photograph. And guess what? She was making money doing it. People were buying photographs. She was selling them, and the park was paying her. She was in a wheelchair. Couldn't talk, couldn't do for herself, but guess what? She was still hustling, still making money. Gotta love that. Anyway, that's all for now. Once again, Blue Collar Nobody, out.